Hey y'all, welcome to the Beyond the Script podcast. I'm your host, Kerri, and I'm so excited to be here with y'all and to be launching this podcast. And I'm so very grateful that you joined me here today. I hope a lot of you are joining from my other podcast, the Honest to Goodness podcast that I was doing with my friends Morgan and Nicole. Um, we have been on hiatus for, oh gosh, probably like a year by now. Just life and just, trying to coordinate schedules and everything. It was just getting to be too much. So we did a lot of discussion and decided that it was going to be better for me to start a separate podcast where I could, keep it going since I had kind of the most flexible schedule. So I could kind of keep it going and then they could just join me as they could. So don't worry, they're not going anywhere. They will definitely be back. Um, but I'm very excited to be doing this and expanding what we're going to be talking about because I love When Calls the Heart and stuff, but that was like all we were doing. And when Morgan and I were discussing, because we even discussed just a rebrand, do we want to just rebrand the podcast? Like all the different things that we discussed. And we said that we wanted to get to talk about faith and family and just life if we wanted to, like not be tied down to just movies. So I'm really excited to be delving into all these topics with y'all. And yeah, this is just a whole new chapter that I'm scared for, but also very excited for. Um, I look forward to setting up some interviews with some people that I have worked with on sets and whatever, because, some of y'all, I guess I should probably tell y'all a little bit about myself because you know, not everybody's been following along for so long. So I was born and raised in Georgia, still live in Georgia, but, gosh, I've been married for a year and a half now. Um, and y'all can probably hear occasionally have a little dog. Um, I can hear her barking out there, and she's not very happy that I shut her out of the room. But anyway, when I was 10 years old, I told my mom that I wanted to write books, make movies, and make CDs because I wanted to be a part of making sure that there was something good in the world. And I will be 30 this year, y'all, but I've accomplished two of those lifelong dreams. And I'll just show you. I actually have two self-published books. Um, they're definitely not on the bestseller list, but hey, I did it. I'm proud of myself. I did it. So the first one is called Love in the Rain. And I co-wrote that with Cleopatra Margot. And then I ended up doing a sequel to it on my own, which is called Love Grows. Those are available on Amazon. You have to search the the title and my name for it to show up because, as I said, they're definitely not on the bestseller list. But also I have gotten to work on a couple of film sets. Y'all can see some of the stuff behind me here. I've gotten to work on the Mayberry Man movie. I am so sorry for the glare, y'all. But I've gotten to work on the Mayberry Man movie. And then a couple of years later, I got to work on the Mayberry Man series. And yes, I actually have a couple of lines in the series. I had one line in the movie, but it didn't make it past the cutting room floor. Um, but yeah, so I look forward to scheduling some interviews with some of those people and discussing projects that they're doing. Our leading lady in the Mayberry Man projects just did a movie with Trevor Donovan that we're waiting on to come out. And I'm just really, really excited. I have so many cool experiences, so many cool people that I have gotten to meet. And I look forward to sharing that with y'all as well as just, y'all, life is hard. And it has been such a journey. Like, I would not trade my husband for anything in the world, but marriage is not easy. And, just I have been learning so much in marriage and just about myself over the past few months. And, I look forward to getting to discuss that with y'all and just unpack life and, the things that I'm learning. If y'all want to share with me things that you are learning, I look forward to building this community and just seeing it flourish. And I look forward to continuing to talk about all the things with Morgan and Nicole and other friends that I want to have on as well. And y'all, I'm just so happy to be here. I'm excited for this. And, if there's something that you want to see discussed or whatever, drop it in the comments. And, I'm very open to suggestions here, y'all. So, obviously I already have a lot planned, but, I want to hear from y'all. I want to know, what do y'all need or want to hear? If there's something that you're struggling with that, hey, what's your opinion on, this or this? I want this to be a safe, happy place for y'all. I also want it to be an escape from reality because sometimes reality sucks. And, that's just the truth. And so for me, I know a lot of times delving into a feel good show or whatever, or again, if y'all have watched the Honest to Goodness podcast at all, some of the antics that Morgan and I got into in some of our earlier days, especially on our lives, like our Instagram lives that we would do until 3 o'clock in the morning. So I look forward to our craziness continuing on that. I don't know how many times I would have people tell me, just how much they loved hearing us laugh and, whatever. So I just hope this is a blessing to you. And yeah, I'm just so excited to move forward with this. And the reason we called it Beyond the Script, um, because yes, it's my podcast, but I still, I went to my friends and I was like, hey, here's kind of what I'm thinking. What are your thoughts? So still been involved in even naming the podcast and all that. And the reason it was called Beyond the Script was, first of all, I'm unscripted. I'm not gonna, sit there and have this list of things that I need to say or whatever. And, some people, that's what works for them, and that's great. I'm more of a free flow person, ADHD brain, I don't follow a script well. Um, so, but just it goes beyond that. I'm a behind the scenes person, so that as well. But just again, it's not just about film here. It will probably be predominantly about film, but there's also, just real talk, real life, faith, family, just all the stuff. So there was a lot of thought put into the title of this podcast. But yeah, thank y'all for being here and for joining me. And I hope you'll join me for the next episode and the one after that and the one after that. And let's just do this together. It's a whole lot more fun doing life with other people than doing it by yourself. So I look forward to building this podcast and building these friendships, and we'll just see where it goes. Hope y'all have a wonderfully blessed day, and I will see you next time. Bye.